Welcome to footballgameplan.com, where football makes sense. I'm Emery Hunt, the czar of the playbook. Bring you our NFL Week 11 preview between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Kansas City Chiefs. Now let's look at some keys to victory for both teams, starting with Cincinnati.
When I look at the Bengals offense this week versus Kansas City, I see some opportunities for the passing game to be successful. It would involve crossers and also the quick passing game. Allow those wide receivers to get the football in their hands quickly. And when you look at the tight end play of Jermaine Gresham and involving Orson Charles, a rookie out of Georgia, into the offense, two things it would do. It will allow you to get to the edge in a running game. It would also widen out that defensive pressure, because remember, when you're facing a 3-4 defense, the key to beat that is to widen it out and weaken their rush lanes and also weaken their zones. Now, when you look at the offensive line play, those guards versus the inside linebackers will be vital, not only in keeping Andy Dalton upright, but also opening up the running game. But let's go inside the lab and look at that Bengals defense and see what they have to do in order to put pressure on that Chiefs offense.
The Cincinnati Bengals defense has to come in and find ways to get pressure on the offense of Kansas City, which can be dangerous. There's a lot of weapons. And here we're going to show you some examples of how they can do that utilizing a weak side corner blitz. What we have drawn up here is an unbalanced or KC stack. Ironic, they like to call it KC stack defense, where it's going to give the quarterback a pre-snap cover 2 look, but essentially it's cover 1 with the weak side corner blitzing. So Castle's going to read cover 2 pre-snap, but really is going to shift to cover 1, and we're going to send the weak side corner. The strong side linebacker and the middle backer will banjo and drop in coverage. Both guys are responsible for the cutback. So, and really, the strong side backer will underread run, then drop into his pass responsibilities. And if the run goes away, then he's responsible for the tight end if it's a play action pass. You see the strong safety dropping the free, and the free safety covering the replaced man over there by the cornerback that's blitzing. And like I said, this defense is excellent versus the run and the pass. So it's a pretty cool defense. See what we have right here? And the reason why it's called unbalanced, a KC stack, is an unconventional front. We have the normal 3 technique lined up in a 0 tech. He's going to push, cover that A gap, but then drop back and cover the near back, the guy that threatens the near side of the formation. We have a twist right here between the defensive end and the weak side backer. This weak side backer still has his contained responsibilities as well. We're going to line up this defensive tackle in the 5 technique, and he's pushing that C gap. That's his control. You see, we tilt the defensive end over here so he can get that edge rush to widen out this tackle to give the 5 technique some freedom to get back there. So you see, as it can confuse an opposing offense, it also puts you in a situation to make plays in the running game. This cornerback's job is to make a big play, whether it be getting a sack, getting a strip fumble, or making a play on the running game in the backfield.
Let's move over to the Chiefs in this ball game, and one way you can help a struggling quarterback is by turning around and putting the football in the belly of an outstanding tailback like Jamal Charles. If you noticed last week, the Chiefs were able to move the football against the Pittsburgh Steelers early in the ball game with Charles at the helm. It put Matt Castle at ease, and it gave him time in the pocket to find receiving targets downfield. Now look at the offensive line this week and where they can have success. They can do a good job of reaching the edge and attacking the outside lanes in the running game, but the offensive line on the interior will be tested because Geno Atkins is one of the best defensive tackles in the league. You got to keep him out of the backfield. Vital parts for the defense. Inside linebacker play will be huge. We know Derek Johnson is playing at an all-pro level right now, and I'm pretty sure the outside edge rushers will set the edge, so those inside backers like Johnson and Javon Belcher will have opportunities to stonewall the running game at or near the line of scrimmage. If you allow BenJarvus Green-Ellis to get the running game going, the Bengals will operate off play action, and that just does a whole lot of damage for your defense. I think the special teams aspect has to be an X factor for the Bengals. Pinning the Chiefs deep, forcing these guys to drive the length of the field. Kevin Huber is one of the best punters in the league. And I look at the Chiefs wide receivers. They failed Matt Castle last week in certain situations. The Chiefs really had that game won versus Pittsburgh. They need to step up this week and play with some consistency. Let's look at the personnel breakdown in this ball game, and you look at the battle of the offensive lines. Both teams, in my opinion, have solid groups up front, do a great job of protecting the quarterback, and also do a great job of opening up running lanes. Where the Bengals have the advantage is the defensive line. That's going to be the big matchup I'm looking for at this ball game. I like the Bengals in this ball game. What I saw last week versus the New York Giants was a team that's involving more of their playmakers and is making their offense much more explosive. Yes, they had the benefit of turnovers, but hey, that's a part of a game. And you look at this offense going against a Chiefs defense that's going to be on the field a lot due to the fact that their offense can't sustain drives. I have to go with the Bengals to win this one on the road. And I want to give a huge shout out to Bengals fan forums and Chiefs fan forums for always showing football game plan support.